Okay, here we are again. We are using these pieces of angles to see if we can kind of recreate the angles or the degrees of Hannah's pie chart. So she's got, the next one here we have is 36 degrees. Now we don't have a piece that's 36 degrees. But when we looked at the pieces, we do have a piece that's 45. That's a bit too big. What's the next smallest piece, Hannah?
22.
22. Now 45 take away the 22 is only going to give us an angle of 23 degrees. So if we were to, can you lay the 22 on top of the 45? Right, and that essentially is half of it. So if we were to take 45 and subtract 22 and a half, well, that gives us another 22 and a half. And we're trying to get 36. So, but what if we were to take, let's take the 22 and a half off of there. What if we were to take the 45 and subtract 11.25? Well, 45 take away 10 is about 35, and that's pretty close. And in this math, because we don't have the proper tools, we're trying to get close enough. So we could do that. But wait a second, I just had an idea. So we could use those two pieces. What if we take your 22 and a half? Let's get the 45 out of the way for a second. And we were to add those two together. So there's a few ways of doing this. 22 and a half plus 11.25. What is that?
33.30.
Oh, close, yeah. So if you do that in a calculator, I think you can try it if you want, but you're very close. So we're 33 and a bit. Right? 33 and a bit. So 22.5 plus 11.25 equals 33.75. That's pretty close to 36. So when we draw this, when we use these two pieces, we'll try to be careful to just go a little bit bigger. Okay, now we already have a degree on here. From the last video, we showed how to do the 84 degree. So we have to choose one of these lines to rest our new pieces and do the next degree. So Hannah's going to rest the one on the bottom. These are called rays, by the way. These lines that extend out on an angle. This angle here is 84 degrees between these two lines. So the bottom ray, she's resting her 22 and a half up against the bottom ray of 84, and she's going to very carefully, maybe just put a little mark below that angle, right where underneath your fingers, as far out towards the edge of the circle as you can, actually. Yeah, that's it. Okay. And let's just draw a faint line. Like, pull that out of the way, the 22 and a half. Let's draw a faint line from the center of the circle, because we're going to have to erase this line. Okay. So just a very faint line. From there, connect it carefully to the edge of the circle. Waiting patiently. There we go. Okay. She got it. Okay. Because we're going to have to erase that. But we're going to tack on this little sliver, the 11.25, to that. And maybe add a smidge, because when we add it together, it wasn't quite 36. So let's rest it right along the bottom of that. Make sure the point is right on the center of the circle. And then with your pencil, make a little mark underneath that.
Like a bit further.
Yeah, bring it out further towards the edge of the circle if you can. That's it. And a little bit below it, like just a tiny bit. Yeah, just leave a little bit of a gap between your pencil and the edge of the paper. Because we're going to tack on a couple little, just a little bit. So we've gone a little bit beyond, I can show that, a little bit beyond the bottom of that degree, because it's a little bit more than those two put together. All right, and let's join those points together. So we're trying to be creative here in how we actually measure an angle. And it's going to be close, but it's not going to be bang on. Okay, so the 22 and a half degree slice plus the just over 11.25 degree slice should give us close to 36. And we're going to erase that center line because it's the two of them together that make up 36. Okay, and we'll write the number. Let's write 36 degrees in there. So you're going to have to be creative. You're going to have to figure out how to get the rest of these degrees either by combining your pieces together or subtracting them from one another. Using a calculator can be helpful, and we're trying to be as accurate as possible, but without a protractor, this is a good way to approximate our degrees. Thanks, Hannah. Thanks for being such a good sport, getting it done. We're on the way. We'll show you a picture of our final circle of what it should look like at the end. Thanks for watching.